Now that the iPhone 17 is out, the iPhone 16 is seeing some seriously tempting discounts. But is it still worth buying considering that the Pixel 10 is at just 80,000 rupees? The new Pixel packs a gorgeous display, a proper telephoto lens, and all of Google's AI magic. On paper, it looks like the better deal, but how do they really stack up in everyday use? Well, let's find out, but don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more of these interesting comparison videos. Now, both the iPhone 16 and Pixel 10 feel premium. Glass back, aluminium frame, and IP68 rating. The Pixel uses Gorilla Glass Victus 2, while the iPhone has ceramic shield. The Pixel's glossy finish looks stunning, but picks up smudges while the iPhone's matte back stays clean. Both have USB-C, but the Pixel gives you a faster USB 3.2 speeds. Pixel also has Pixel Snap this year, basically its own MagSafe. For security, you get Face ID on iPhone versus Face Unlock, plus an ultrasonic fingerprint reader on Pixel. Moving on to the display, the Pixel 10 comes with a 6.3-inch OLED at 120Hz, while the iPhone 16 is still at 60Hz, which really feels behind in 2025. Scrolling and swiping are way smoother on the Pixel. Brightness is another win for Google, 3000 nits peak versus 2000 on the iPhone, so the Pixel is easier to see outdoors. Netflix and YouTube look great on both. Pixel supports HDR10, iPhone gives you Dolby Vision. If I had to pick, I'd go for the iPhone for the colors. Speakers sound great on both as well, but I prefer the iPhone for its balance. Haptics are solid too. Pixel's is punchier while the iPhone is more subtle. Now under the hood, the Pixel 10 gets Google's Tensor G5, while the iPhone 16 gets Apple's A18. The Pixel gives you 12GB of RAM with either 128GB of UFS 3.1 or 256GB of UFS 4.0 storage. The iPhone has 8GB of RAM, but storage goes all the way up to 512GB of superfast NVMe. On paper, they look evenly matched, but benchmarks tell a completely different story. In Antutu and 3D Mark, Apple's A18 just wipes the floor with Tensor G5. And it's not only faster, it's more stable too. For gaming, the Pixel technically supports 120fps in BGMI, but frame drops are noticeable. The iPhone's capped at 60fps thanks to that 60Hz display, but the experience is smooth every time. And don't forget, you can actually play proper console-level games on iPhone, while on Android you're stuck with fiddling with emulators. So yeah, in raw performance, the iPhone 16 walks all over the Pixel 10. But here's the thing, in daily use, the Pixel never really let me down. Apps open instantly, multitasking feels seamless, and even video editing runs smoothly. Now, let's talk cameras. The Pixel 10 has a 48MP main with OIS, a 10.8MP 5x telephoto, and a 13MP ultra-wide. The iPhone 16 keeps it simple, 48MP main with sensor shift OIS, and a 12MP ultra-wide. In daylight, both are sharp, but the iPhone feels more balanced and natural. The Pixel goes bright and punchy, which is great for Instagram, but sometimes it goes a bit over the top. On ultra-wide shots, the Pixel's colors are boosted, while the iPhone stays closer to real life. In low light, the Pixel pulls up a lot of detail, but introduces more noise. The iPhone is warmer and darker, but cleaner. For portraits, the iPhone nails edge detection and produces more natural-looking bokeh, even though the Pixel has a 5x telephoto. Zoom is better on the Pixel thanks to the telephoto lens, but past 5x, both start to fall apart. For video, the iPhone has a clear advantage even though both shoot 4K 60fps. The iPhone just gives you smoother footage, better colors, and has a better dynamic range. For selfies, I still lean towards the iPhone's 12MP sensor over the Pixel's 10.5 selfie cam. It just nails colors and portraits every time. Basically, the iPhone is better for your lifelike colors and videos, while the Pixel 10 is more for your punchy, Instagram-ready shots. When it comes to software, the Pixel 10 runs on Android 16 out of the box, while the iPhone 16 originally launched with iOS 18. But if you are buying it now, you'll get iOS 26. Now I'm not diving into the whole Android versus iOS debate, we have all heard it. Both phones feel clean, smooth and bloat-free, with no weird pre-installed apps. Update support is also solid on both. Pixel promises 7 plus 7 years, and Apple easily gives 7 to 8 years of iOS updates. Where Google pulls ahead is AI. The Pixel comes with all of Gemini's features, plus fun camera tricks like Add Me and Camera Coach, which genuinely makes using the Pixel way more enjoyable. Whereas Apple's iOS 26 beta on my iPhone 16 Pro Max feels like they're just testing the waters, especially compared to what Google, Samsung or even OnePlus are doing. Now, my biggest issue with the Pixel 10 series is that Google keeps saying that India is a priority. But many headline Pixel features like text to edit and voice to edit for photos aren't live here yet, so I can't even test them. All we can do is hope they roll out soon. As for battery, the Pixel 10 packs a bigger 4970 mAh cell, but the iPhone 16's 3561 mAh unit still got me through a full day, no problem. In fact, I managed half an hour more screen time on the iPhone, probably thanks to that 60Hz display. Charging is a tie. The Pixel does 30 watts while the iPhone hits 20 watts, and both take about 90 minutes to go from 0 to full. For wireless, the Pixel tops out at 15 watts G2, while the iPhone goes up to 25 watts with MagSafe. Both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 10 are actually pretty good picks. If you want reliable performance, great cameras, and that classic Apple polish, the iPhone 16 is still a smart buy in 2025, especially with the recent discounts. But if you're after a cutting-edge display, a proper zoom lens, and all the latest AI tricks, the Pixel 10 feels fresher and more fun. Of course, you could always stretch a little further and grab the iPhone 17 instead. Do let us know in the comments below which one would you pick. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.